Hey folks, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO, and I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Now I know some of you don't celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Jeff Weisberg, the other day, we were chatting and he said, what is it? Man, we have Hanukkah at 7 days. We're in, we're out. We know it's coming up the next year. He goes, you guys have 1 day a year and it takes you a month to 2 months to get ready for it. And gosh, we just have a great time together. It's a time of the year where we celebrate. It's a time of year where we give back. Matter of fact, Jay Napier, who's a friend of Tom Chenault and I, we're trying to raise money for him to buy a van a few years ago. In a freak accident, somebody back-ended him, broke his back, and he needs this new van. And we've been doing things like that. It's that time of the year when you look around and say, look, what do I have that I can give to others? And Tom and I were on the phone, and about a week ago, actually, we were chatting. I was sharing some information with him, and he was once again helping me. And I sat there and I sat back and I thought, how many times has he been there when I needed him the most? You know, I can remember back when I first started out, getting out of the direct field experience. We stopped building in 2009, and that was a traumatic year for me, but it was also a traumatic year for Tom. It was a year when I first started working on the radio with him, and he started mentoring me in some areas, but it was also the year he lost his mom. And I got to thinking about that because there was a couple times when he would call me and he'd say hi to my mom. And I'd say hi to Miss Virginia. And it was like just an amazing time. In her 80s, and yet she was just a spry little gal. And I got to thinking, you know, you can really see the wealth of an individual, especially the wealth of a man, based on the love he has for his wife and for his mom and for his daughters. And I tell you what, it's matter of fact, I think what I'll do right now before we go any further is I'm going to put a little clip up here that Tom did just a few days before his mama passed away, because it shows the passion and love that he had, and it showed this wonderful woman in his life. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to chat a little bit more.
Tell Courtney she's part of the video update.
Courtney, you are part of a video update.
What?
You are part of a video update.
Of you?
Yeah, I want everybody. I'm making the video because I want everybody to know a day in the life of Mom, and she gets a call from everybody all day long, and she just sits here and eats pie and talks on the phone and reads her mail. And how do you like those snazzy socks? I made those. And
Wait, you made socks?
yeah, I made her a pair of socks. And we're watching Dr. Phil. And it's on the Octomom. So it's very exciting, isn't it, Mom?
Yes.
And what are we going to watch next?
We're going to watch
Oprah.
Oprah.
Hello?
Yes, we're going to watch Oprah.
Great.
Uh-huh.
And are you happy, Mimi?
Huh?
Are you happy?
Oh, yes, I'm happy.
Is Dad keeping you going?
Yes.
Good.
I moved her into the living room, and we put her in a really cool chair. It was Steph's idea, because I don't want to be getting in trouble because I acted like it was my idea. But she is set up in front of the TV and looking like $1,000,000. She's got on a beautiful green sweater. Her hair looks great. She's got her nails done. And yesterday she went out for pie out of the building. So this weekend,
Where? Calendar?
Yeah.
Woo, what kind did you get?
lemon meringue.
Oh, I got lemon meringue.
Ooh, you know that's the best kind. Lemon meringue and coconut cream.
Uh-huh. And see, I don't want anything sticking in those holes.
Yeah, definitely. Well, lemon meringue was a great choice then.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So, what else, Mom? Do you have anything else for the update? Do you want to tell everybody you were really sick this weekend, but you bounced up back, right? Didn't you?
Yes, I bounced back.
And you almost, we thought you were in trouble, but man, you started eating more food, and that's what did the trick, right?
Yes.
So Courtney, she's looking really good. I'm actually very happy.
Good. That's awesome.
So, All right, don't take any wooden nickels. I'm going to sign off on the video update, but you guys can talk. So Courtney, say goodbye to the whole world because it's going to Facebook.
Goodbye, world.
Mom, say hello, world, because you're not going anywhere.
Hello, world, and I'm not going anywhere.
All right, Mom, good job.
I love you so much, baby.
Thank you, darling.
I tell you what, that video can bring some tears to your eyes. It was just, I think, 5 or 6 days. I think that was shot on March 25th, and she passed away on April 9th. But you can see the love. That's the kind of man that Tom Chenault is. Matter of fact, Tom and Denice's purpose in life, and they share this all the time, is to make sure that the people that they connect with, that their lives have been changed forever in a positive way after meeting them. You know, I talk all the time with people because I tell them the best way to know a great company or a great person is to know what's their driving purpose. Do they have a driving purpose? If you study anything about Miss Denice Chenault, you start to find out that she's got a driving purpose, a passion to empower women, to make them better, to help them feel better, to literally guide them in a way that will help them break out of some of those self-defeating beliefs that they have. Being with Youngevity, I think, is a true passion for them because it helps them fulfill their purpose. You know, Tom has been listed, and you can see this, I'm going to put a little blog post up, you can see this about Tom, but he's been listed as a trainer of the year. But I think what's most exciting to me is not Tom. Tom is phenomenal, but he's at his best when Denice is by his side. When you watch them together, whether it's on the radio show, whether it's at an event, they really complete each other. And for you guys that have never met Denice Chenault, and she's the more quiet one, the more shy one, if you will, I want to put this little clip up that was done of Denice where she really shared what her vision is to help the women on her team in Youngevity. And understand, they're pretty high up in that Youngevity organization now, but watch this video clip right here because I think it's pretty powerful to show Tom's better half, if you will.
Chenault, I want to know your vision. Tell me.
So just a little vision for the beginning of the year, because my passion is about helping women and, and mothers. And so I want to do a local book club where we get together once a month, and it's partly social, but we also read leadership and motivational and professional books to help us in this industry. So that's one thing, a small little vision starting at the beginning of the year. And then the other thing I thought is exactly, Marianne, what you just said was, in this industry, we are the most prevalent sex, females, and so we need more great women leaders and their vision, and so I thought what we used to do years and years ago in Youngevity was women's retreats. That's what I want to do. So I want to put together a women's retreat where it's not just about all the fluff, it's not about makeup and all that's great. It's not about just what we look like, but it's about creating powerful, driven leaders as women. And most of us are in the middle of our lives, and we've experienced a lot, and we have a lot to share. And in this company, we have so many great women that can share their wealth of resources, and so that's what I'm excited to talk about.
I love it.
I tell you what, I told you at the beginning of this, you can tell the worth of a man by the women in his life. And when you look at Tom's mom and you look at his wife, you realize what drives this man. And I've had the privilege of listening to him talk about his kids, his son, his daughter, and they fly all over. But what makes Tom Chenault so unique is the personal experiences that I've had with him. See, you've heard his mom as he's sitting there chatting with her as she was talking on the phone with Courtney, and you've seen Denice and shared her passion. But I can remember a few years ago, it was 2010, my oldest son was getting out of prison in Colorado, and part of the release plan was that he had to be able to go to another place in Colorado if the state of Missouri wasn't going to come and pick him up because he had some stuff he needed to handle in Missouri. And I thought, man, I just don't know anybody that I can trust in Colorado except Tom. So I'm going to call Tom. He'll know. And you got to understand, Tom does a lot of work around Longmont. He does, he's political, but more remembering where he came from. And I think that's one of the things I love about him, because Tom will be the first one to tell you that he's an alcoholic, and there's not a day that he misses going to AA, working with the people. You'll find out that he's passionate about helping homeless people, and he's done some crazy things out there because he believes and trusts in people. And even when it's come back to bite him in the butt, he still says there's more good than there is bad. So I called Tom on the phone and said, I want to share with you a predicament, and I want to know if you have anybody that can help me. So he listened for a long time. Said, your son's from Buena Vista? I said, well, that's where he was living before he went to prison, pretty much. That and a little further out west. He said, let me call you back. Hung up the phone, and it wasn't, I think, 25, 30 minutes later, he calls me back with his uncle on the phone, I believe. Introduced me, and I shared with him Josh's history and what was going on and how long he'd been in prison. And he said, Troy, let me open up my home to your son. Give me his information. I work very closely with the prison system here, and I can handle it. I can take care of it for you. And sure enough, opened his doors, just never knowing me, never knowing my son, but because of Tom, he was there. And I thought, man, this is friendship. Because at that time, Tom and I had not met yet in person. After all the years of working together, we had not met in person. And I thought, man, this is pretty cool. As the years have progressed, Tom gave me my start on radio, putting me first on his show to be able to do some of the news at the end for the direct selling, or not the direct selling, but the Distributors' Rights Association, later become known as the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. He opened the door with me to Aces Radio Live with Jim Gilhouse. Opened the door with Doug Fireball to where now I'm doing the news over at the Home Business Radio Network and have my own show over there. I owe a lot to Tom Chenault. It seems like any time I've gotten in a predicament in this business, and sometimes we've been riding high, and sometimes like everybody else we've gone through those, Tom and Denice have never forgotten where they've come from. Just like that. He'll call, or I'll call, and he'll say, how's it going? Or I'll see something on Facebook, and he'll say, I want to talk to you. Okay. I've watched him, and it's not just me. When you look at the lives that they have touched, and remember, their purpose is to make a positive impact in people's lives. Everybody that I've ever met, there's been a positive impact in the lives that they've done. You know, for the last, I think, 18 years now, Tom and Denice have been climbing up the ranks over at Youngevity. There was actually a time when they had left Youngevity. They had an opportunity to become master distributors for a company that is no longer in the business. And they went over there and, drove it home big. At that time, one of their top leaders was Garrett and Sylvia McGrath. And I got to meet Garrett and Sylvia. Powerful people, wonderful. Serves as the president of the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. But I'll never forget the day that company ripped apart the compensation plan in direct selling. Late at night, and Tom sends me an email. Man, I just had my check ripped out. We got on the phone the next day and we chatted, and I listened to what he had to say, and we did some coverage on this. And I said, man, why couldn't he see it coming? Here he is, a professional, and he calls me on the phone, and we just have this long, drawn-out debate. And he opened my eyes to so much stuff that I needed to know. And that's the way he was. He helps mentor and guides and builds people up. I think that's why over at Youngevity I think it was 2014, they gave him Trainer of the Year. Tom is not what I'd call a master recruiter. Okay, he's not one of these guys that slams them in and hopes they all stick on the wall, and if they fall off, then nuts with it. That's not him. That's definitely not Miss Denice. Together, they teach people how to be what I would call masters at recruiting, because they become masters at building relationships. Everything that Tom and Denice have earned, they'll tell you it's just monetary. It's here today, gone tomorrow. It's about the relationships that we've built. When I look at the people that have been giant leaders in the past and have had massive influence, and at times they've fallen out of that, Tom has always been there to bring them up, to draw them in. When you look at the personalities that he has on the Home Business Radio Show, which is the longest running radio show in network marketing. It's heard around the nation on, I think it's the Denices Communication Network. I mean, Tom, they're always taking it somewhere, but it's huge. And I listen to the people he has on there, and it's amazing the personalities that say, yes, we want to be on there, from people that are known all over the place to top leaders in network marketing, because Tom is a collaborator. He doesn't compete with other leaders and other companies. He collaborates and brings them together. It's never about Tom Chenault. Although Lorraine Williamson, one of his top leaders, might disagree a little bit. I'm teasing. You know, it really is. If you've ever watched Tom, whether he's starting to talk or whether it's at the end of his talk, he'll take a minute and he'll pause. And he'll look usually right down, just a little bit off center of the stage, at Denice. And at first I wondered, man, why does he always look? And I thought, I finally get it. She's his strength. She gives him that additional oomph, because as outgoing as Tom is, without a doubt, just like anybody, you want to make sure that you've got that one raving fan right there where you can see him, because we all get nervous when we get on the stage. Tom really gets nervous. He just rattles if you've ever listened to him. It's kind of funny. But when you stop listening, when he stops talking and you start playing it back in your mind, there's always a nugget of wisdom that he's shared. Folks, I don't know if you're looking for a business or not, but I tell you what, you should be listening to the Home Business Radio Show every weekend. You should be going over and checking out what Tom has to say. You should connect with him on Facebook. You should connect with Denice on Facebook. If you're a lady going through a struggle in life, forget whatever company you might be with. If you need somebody that understands what it means to be a single mom, what it means to be on your own struggling, what it means to look at your checking account and have only one penny left in it, wondering, what in the heck am I going to do? Denice Chenault can have empathy for what you're going through. She'll fully understand the emotions that you go through, that feeling of am I worth it? Can I make it? Am I as pretty? Am I as sexy? Am I as smart? Can I do what they're doing? Denice can help you through your struggle no matter what company you're in. And unlike so many people out there, when Tom and Denice decide that they want to be part of your life, it's not about trying to get you into their business. It's about trying to make sure that they live their purpose of making sure your life is better after meeting them. That's the key. Folks, have a happy holiday. And if you're in network marketing, act like it.